It's an all-new episode of 106 in Sports from executive producers LeBron James and Maverick Carter. Now, this is a new top 5 countdown show with host Ashley Nicole Moss and Cam Newton. They're going to be breaking down the top moments in sports, culture, and entertainment. And they're even going to highlight both established pros and the stars on the come up. We love a star on the come up. Watch the all-new series 106 in Sports Wednesdays at 10/9 Central on BET or catch up the next day on BET+.
Hold up. Every day I wake up. Wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Start off with some quick sports. World Series. The series is tied 2-2. The Blue Jays beat the Dodgers 6-2.
Oh, that sounds like a good series.
Yeah, Game 5 is tonight at 8 p.m.
Too bad I don't give a damn about baseball, but, you know, a tied series sounds great. What does it go, best of 7?
Yeah, I really don't care about the Blue Jays or the Dodgers, but yeah. So
when is Kendrick coming out to Do Not Like Us, man? What's going on, okay? By this time last year, Ice Cube and Fat Joe had performed, right?
Yes. Yeah, gotta be
tonight, right? Is it in L.A.?
Yes, it's LA tonight, right?
Let's go, Kendrick.
Okay. Y'all know Charlamagne clairvoyant or what is it?
Clairvoyant Avon.
Yeah, that.
What's up, BB?
Predicting.
Good morning, MV. Jess, Charlamagne, how y'all doing this morning?
Peace, BB.
Hey, girl.
Good morning. All right, well, we start this morning in Washington, where the government shutdown has now stretched into day 29 with no deal in sight. Now, for the 13th time, Senate Democrats have blocked a Republican-backed plan to reopen the government. The bill, which already passed the House, would have kept the government running through November 21st, but fell short of the 60 votes needed to advance. A few Democrats broke ranks, but most held the line, saying they will not agree to a short-term funding bill until Republicans negotiate on the expiring health care tax credits under the Affordable Care Act. Now, those credits help keep monthly premiums down, and without a deal, millions could see their health care spike within days as open enrollment begins on Saturday. Meanwhile, divisions are starting to show inside the Republican Party. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's calling out House Speaker Mike Johnson, saying he hasn't shared a concrete plan for what Republicans would replace the Affordable Care Act with once those tax subsidies expire at the end of the year. Now, in a post on X, Greene said that she is demanding answers from Johnson. She did that during a GOP conference call, claiming he talked about having pages of policy ideas but refused to share a single proposal with members. And while the back and forth continues in Washington, though, the impact is hitting home for families across the country, federal workers, parents, just everyday Americans who say the shutdown isn't just politics, it's personal. Let's listen.
I would have never thought in a million years that I would have been in this position to have to go to a food bank.
I haven't gotten a paycheck this month, so the free groceries is very important, very helpful.
Bills continue to pile up. I have car notes, I have children to feed, I have a family to take care of, I have a mortgage to pay.
It's not fair that the federal government employees and military members are being used as pawns in whatever this is.
Yeah. So
I was thinking about this the other day. You know, Charlamagne works closely with the food bank.
I'm an ambassador for the food bank of New York City.
Yeah, but I was thinking, you know, for places that don't have a food bank nearby, I wonder if Uber Eats or DoorDash could do a program where people could actually buy people food. You know what I mean? Like somebody that doesn't have it, but I could say, you know what, let me send them some chicken fingers or french fries or some salad or whatever it may be or something for their kids. I wonder if they could do that.
Yeah, I mean, it don't always have to be a food bank. Like, you know, in Columbia, South Carolina, they have the Community Resource Center. Or in Charleston, South Carolina, they have like the Hope Center. Like these people do the same things that food banks do. I donated to I think 4 food banks yesterday, actually.
Or even if somebody, or you know, if somebody can't get to a food bank, you know, DoorDash and Uber Eats will help you be able to, you know, make sure that people can eat or get the small groceries or whatever it may be. I wonder why DoorDash and Uber Eats. So maybe they're doing that, we just don't know. But
I think DoorDash is doing something, MB.
And they would have to do it in conjunction with somebody. It's not like DoorDash provides the food.
Yeah, I don't think
but it should be easy to get a contract with, like, you know, do something temporary with, like, the grocery stores to make that happen for sure.
Yeah. Well, 25 states plus the District of Columbia, though, they are suing the Trump administration, accusing it of breaking the law by cutting off that assistance program, the SNAP program. Now, we know that program, it helps 40 million Americans put food on the table, and those benefits could run out by Saturday. Head Start programs are also at risk, serving more than 800,000 children nationwide. Without new funding, teachers could go unpaid. Classrooms could close as soon as this weekend. And, for many parents, it's not just a child care issue, it's a job issue. If your Head Start closes, you can't go to work because you don't have childcare. So that becomes a domino effect. And funding for WIC, which provides formula and nutrition support for low-income mothers, that is also expected to run dry this Saturday as well.
And I said the Community Resource Center in Columbia. It's actually the Community Resource Center in North Charleston, South Carolina. I actually donated to them yesterday. And I donated to Harvest Hope in Columbia, South Carolina. And I donated to the Broad River Business Association in Columbia, South Carolina.
Amazing.
And, of course, the food bank in Harlem.
Absolutely. And while the fight in Washington drags on, the ripple effects they are showing in the economy for most of the year, economists called it a no hire, no fire market, meaning that companies, they weren't adding jobs, but they weren't cutting jobs either. But that balance may now be broken this week. Amazon and UPS both announced major layoffs. Amazon is cutting 14,000 corporate jobs, citing lower spending and a shift toward artificial intelligence. UPS says its workforce is down nearly 50,000 people from a year ago, and they're blaming higher costs and weaker demand. And they're not alone. We talked about Target. Paramount is also trimming its staff. New tariffs and rising expenses, they are just squeezing businesses nationwide. And labor experts say it could mark the end of that no hire, no fire era and the start of tougher choices everywhere. So the Federal Reserve, they are watching this very closely. It just cut interest rates for the first time this year, hoping to head off that deeper slowdown. But with the government shut down, there is no official job report that's supposed to come out this week, meaning when the feds meet today, it will have to make big decisions without knowing what the job market really looks like. So I know this sounds like a lot of numbers. Go ahead, Charlamagne.
No, go ahead, Mimi.
And I was going to say, I know this sounds like a lot of numbers for Americans, but whether you're a federal worker or not, it's all starting to feel too real. We're talking higher prices, fewer job openings, and growing worry about whether your job could be next.
And AI not playing, Audible, which is the audiobook division, they part of Amazon. They fired hundreds of people yesterday. They said they got to fire 14,000 people.
Yeah.
So AI not playing.
Absolutely. All right. Well, coming up at 7, before you hit the streets for Halloween, there's a new safety warning making headlines. We'll tell you what it is and what every parent should know before you head out this weekend.
All right. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get back to some front page news. Now, some quick sports. The Blue Jays beat the Dodgers 6-2. The series is tied 2-2. Game 5 is tonight at 8 p.m. All right, if you're into the World Series. What's up, Mimi?
Good morning, MV, Josh, Charlamagne. How y'all doing?
Hey, girl.
Peace, Mimi.
Good morning. Well, we start this hour in Jamaica, where Hurricane Melissa has left a trail of destruction across the island, marking the strongest storm to hit the country in modern history. Now, Melissa slammed into Jamaica yesterday as a Category 5 hurricane, packing winds over 185 miles per hour. Powerful enough to rip off roofs from home, knock out the power to entire communities, and flood hospitals. Officials say more than 530,000 people, that's about 3/4 of the island, are without electricity. Several hospitals sustained structural damage and dozens of patients had to be moved for safety. By nightfall, Prime Minister Andrew Holness declared the entire country a disaster area, warning of devastating impacts still to be assessed. Now, communication remains down in parts of the island, and even local officials say they can't yet reach some of the hardest hit places. But the Prime Minister says there is a plan in place. Let's listen to some of that.
So we expect that our electrical grid should be back up and running within weeks in the areas that are impacted. The precautionary measures were taken. We expect that our communication grid will be up and running. But the humanitarian assistance, the relief assistance, we have made the provisions. They are in, we have pre-positioned them as well. So we should be able to immediately execute that, including search and rescue operations.
So the good news is that humanitarian search and rescue operations will get underway immediately, but electrical grid down for weeks. that sounds like, the country will be in the dark for a while.
Damn,
yeah. So after crossing Jamaica, go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I was saying it's sad.
It's definitely sad. A lot of the images.
They said they said that the winds were moving so slow. They said it was going like 200 miles an hour. It was going at 8 miles an hour, so it really got it was a slow moving hurricane. And they said even now they said winds are at 125 miles per hour, and it's still affecting. It's a Category 3 now. It's just very sad. Just continue to pray for anybody in Jamaica, family, friends, anybody.
Nah, Category 5 ain't no joke. I lived through a Category 5 back in the day. Hurricane Hugo in Charleston, South Carolina. Category 5 is going to have it's going to take a couple of years, a few years to recover, especially in Jamaica because they're an island.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, after crossing Jamaica, Hurricane Melissa, it made landfall this morning on the southwest coast of eastern Cuba as a Category 3 hurricane. And so it's bringing torrential rain and dangerous storm surge there. The storm is expected to continue moving northeast toward the Bahamas and then Bermuda later this week. But back in Jamaica, thousands, they remain in shelters, roads are blocked, trees are down. Of course, we just said this recovery will take time. And officials say it will likely be daylight, so sometime today before we know the full extent of all the damage that happened yesterday as the storm hit the island. So
that's horrible, man.
We will continue to watch that.
Listen, like I said yesterday, for everybody who loves Jamaica so much and always want to go there to vacation and loves the food and the culture, when those recovery efforts, start happening and they need some money and some dollars and some resources, y'all better ante up.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And there's a new update, you guys, that is raising eyebrows in the workplace, especially if you are back in the office. Microsoft Teams, the app that many of us use for video calls and office chats, it's rolling out a new feature that could soon track where you are. So starting in December, the platform will be able to automatically detect when you arrive at the office just by noticing when your phone or your laptop connects to your building's Wi-Fi. So once it sees you're on site, it will change your status to in office. If you step out for lunch or you leave for the day, it'll switch you to away. Now, Microsoft says the feature will be off by default, but your company's IT department can ask you to turn it on and opt you in, which means your boss could have a digital way to see who's showing up and who's not. The company says it's meant to make things easier, no more wandering around looking for that coworker who's supposed to be at a meeting. But on the other hand, it's like a virtual hall monitor who is always watching. People online are already calling it what it feels like another way for the office to keep an eye on you. So depending on how you look at it, this new Teams feature is either a convenient update or the return of, they're calling it the office tattletale. So
it's just weird. It's like weird. It's like, what the hell? Yeah. I mean, it has advantages for sure if you're the manager, but if you're the worker, you don't want nobody on your back like me. It's like, why, yo? For what? That's crazy.
Yeah. And then they can make you opt in. Your company is saying that your company can make you opt in. So
that's crazy.
That's definitely crazy. And a warning for parents this morning as Halloween is Friday. So authorities across the country are reminding families to double check their kids' candy this year. Investigators in several states say they've recently found candy and snack products that look completely normal. So we're talking chips, gummies, chocolate bars, but inside they were laced with THC, the ingredient in marijuana that lets you get high, and even traces of like a psychedelic mushroom. So the packages,
my God, what?
Yeah. But here's the thing, Jess. They said the packaging, it looks almost identical to the real thing. So the same colors, the same logos, the designs that you would find in the grocery store aisle. So to the naked eye, it looks exactly the same. And that's what makes this so concerning. So with trick-or-treating just days away, authorities want to warn parents that some of these products are intentionally made to look like popular snacks, but they are really dangerous for kids. So the message is just to be extra careful. Before your little one dives into the Halloween haul, take a few minutes to inspect everything, toss out anything that's unwrapped or looks tampered with or just doesn't seem right.
Man, that's why you trick or treat for sport nowadays. You know what I'm saying? You got to treat trick or treating like catching and release fishing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we not really trick or treating. We just catching and releasing. You go out there, put your costume on, go door to door, get the candy, and then throw the candy back out into the wild.
But that stuff is expensive, though. So, like, who is out here just giving away free drugs, though?
That's all you care about. That's all you heard.
I'm just saying, like, the psychedelic candy.
She want to know what house that is.
And the stuff that look identical to the real stuff. Like, I buy that stuff from dispensaries and stuff. It's like, who is out here giving that away?
Sickos.
That's weird.
What house is that? That's what you want to know,
Yeah,
right?
like where exactly are they at, Mimi? I know you know.
I don't know. That's the
Sorry.
thing, Jess. It's
All right.
trick or treat and see what you get. But yeah, no, that's what they're doing. Several states have found that already, as Halloween is not even underway, but they are just sounding the alarm to that. But you're right. Who does that? Who really does that to kids? So. All right, y'all. Well, that is your front page news. I'm Mimi Brown. Follow me at Mimi Brown TV. For more stories, follow the Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit BINnews.com.
Peace, Mimi.
Thanks, Mimi.
Thank you.
Hold up. Every day I wake up, wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?